Okay, here with Annette Kim. People in the last video are like, we don't care about Eric. Get Annette back on the video.
Down with Eric.
Wait, let's turn the other way. And then we got Jennifer in the background eating shrimp chips.
Yum yum.
Okay, so moving to the light. Okay, that's better. So Anna, reflections on Kyoto. So it's your first time in Kyoto. What did you love about the city, the culture, and your favorite memories?
Well, I really enjoy just the Japanese way of respecting people. It's pretty incredible to walk the streets. There's no garbage on the ground. There's no graffiti anywhere. So people are just like super respectful of each other and each other's property. And compared to, I was born and raised in California, and just like, you know, you see constant graffiti and like even just restroom bathrooms and like scratched everywhere. So it was like such a contrast to see that in Japan. And I mean, they have everything's walking distance too, which is really weird for me. Living in California, you have to have a car to get around. And so just being able to see people like walking on the streets, and there's this nice river that goes through Kyoto, and it's like a public area, so you see a bunch of people just sitting down by the river talking to each other. I would say generally most people are actually sitting down and talking with each other, not just two people with their phones out just sitting next to each other on their phones, not really enjoying the time that they're spending together. So it was so refreshing to see that, you know, people conversing face to face and like truly like connecting. And of course, good food. And
Favorite foods?
Favorite meals. Ramen. There's Ipuro, which is, I guess, pretty well known. And then there was another place, I don't know what it's called.
Just search like Cute Jazz Cafe, Cute Jazz Ramen. I think it's the #1 rated ramen in Japan, according to TripAdvisor.
Yeah, so if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend it. It seemed like the owner was the one cooking, and he was wearing a little fedora, and they had like this jazz music going on. And it's pretty interesting too. All the cafes around here open at 11 p.m., which was
11 p.m.
or 11 a.m., which is a little strange because usually people want to stop in and get their coffee before work. So maybe that's just their way of life. People are a little more laid back, and maybe not as work obsessed as maybe Kyoto. Who knows?
And so you've been creative every single day, working on all these new projects for Haptic.
Yes.
How's it feel to be creative every day?
It feels very rewarding, especially we'll wake up in the morning, we'll have Cindy make us amazing coffee. Sorry, saw a butterfly.
Saw a nice butterfly.
And then we'll get to work, and you know, it's so inspiring also to be around other people that are working creatively, because you see them working, and then that inspires you to, you know, put your heart and soul into what you're doing. And then the person that originally inspired you will get inspired by seeing you. And then it's just like this continuous cycle that like feeds off of one another. And also, it was so satisfying to share what we did for the day, and then like to receive positive feedback. And it felt like more rewarding than just working by yourself. And that's why I highly encourage people to share their work too, because even though, you know, sharing your work, it does open up the possibility of receiving negative feedback, but generally people will be positive, and having your work encouraged or like hearing that it inspired somebody else, it's so rewarding too. So I think that when creating, it's almost the final step to completing your project is to share it back.
So how's it been like seeing people's feedback on your art or even the YouTube comments?
Oh, thank you so much. I was really surprised to see so many people being so positive. I honestly was expecting negativity, but I just made the video to make Eric happy in the moment. Like, okay, let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with.
But thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I hope that inspires people seeing like, oh, like, you know, people can be very nice and supportive, and maybe that makes me sharing my work not as scary or intimidating.
Because I think a lot of people want to share their work, but they're afraid of just negative trolls online. What kind of advice would you give to other people based on your experiences? Because, you know, it does take a lot of courage to share your artistic work.
It does, but I think the most satisfying things in life are things that you want to do but you're scared of, and overcoming that fear. It's so important to, I guess, growing as a person too, because a lot of the things that make us grow the most are the hardest things to overcome. So I would definitely recommend everyone getting out of their comfort zones too, to just, you know, do it. And it's almost like, you know, asking for something but being afraid that people are going to say no. But like the worst thing is that if you ask, you know, and they say no, whatever, you're in the same spot. But if they say yes, you know, that opens up to new possibilities.
Because you did say that, like, when you were growing up, the unfortunate thing is because I'm the older brother and also the boy, and you're the younger girl, that you felt like all the resources were directed to me, so you felt bad asking for things from Amma. So it's kind of like being trapped in your past mentality or how you're raised. Is that, you think, what made you more, like, fearful or risk averse, perhaps?
Or I think once a habit becomes so strongly ingrained in you, it kind of becomes your personality. So for me, you know, I felt like, you know, the younger siblings, so it's like, whatever, you're like on the side.
Yeah.
So I didn't like to ask for things that interested me, because, you know, I felt like, oh, like, you know, so we'll take Eric as the example. So, you know, maybe you see other people getting good work, and that's the Eric. And so Eric had all the resources growing up. Eric's like, oh, like, I want to do this. So my mom's like, okay, like, let's do this for you. But I felt like I wasn't good enough compared to Eric as a child. So I was like, okay, like, I can't ask for it because, you know, like, I'm not as good as Eric, and, you know, it's going to be like wasted time, resource on me. So I totally understand where people come from feeling like that, because I felt like that too. So I feel like I missed out on growing a lot because I didn't get to fully explore things that I felt passionate about, or things that, you know, I wanted to explore more. So it's almost bittersweet, because as I got older, I was able to, you know, go outside of my comfort box and explore these things that I wanted to do, but I was scared of reasons X, Y, and Z. And I felt, at one time, it felt so, like, relieving. Like, what was I so afraid of? Like, I should have done this years ago. But so that was like even more sweet because of waiting. But at the same time too, like, man, what else did I miss out on because I waited so long? So the best time to get over something is now. Just do it now. The longer you wait, the more things you're gonna miss out on.
You say sometimes, though, you're prone to laziness.
Yes.
Tell us about your feeling lazy creatively and how you're able to overcome your laziness.
So I think everyone has a voice in them that it's almost their soul, maybe the spiritual muse coming out and guiding them towards what brings them genuinely the most, like, creative happiness. But, you know, things like drugs, food, or something else we use as a filler to silence those voices telling us what we truly feel like we need to do. So I had problems too in my past, using those things to, I guess, silence those voices and or like try to make me feel whole in some other way. And it turns out like those things they'll never be good enough. And to do what your soul is like guiding you to do, that is the ultimate feeling of serenity. You feel like you're doing what you were meant to do in life, what you were born to do, what you need to share onto other people to maybe help them find their way. So I think everyone's goal in life is to find what brings them that and to share that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Wait, so let's go back inside. Let's see if Cindy's... Let's go back into the Airbnb.
Hello.
Hello. So the video's still running. Oh, show the Memento Mori. So Anna, you made a new design, Memento Mori.
I did. I think we packed it though.
No, take out the laptop.
I'm pretty sure. I know where my laptop is.
Okay. So let's.
So here's Eric's a very minimalist person. So before I came to Kyoto, all this was just empty. So these are just all the kind of stuff that has been compiled over our 10 days here.
Yep.
So I would say, don't get caught up in looking at the big picture, like, oh my god, I need to like do all this. But like, just let things happen naturally. And, I'm kind of shocked. I didn't anticipate being able to do all these things. Mm-hmm. But I'm actually quite frankly shocked seeing what I was able to accomplish when you get yourself in the right mindset.
Yep.
And don't get caught up in quantity. I know it's like very cheesy and stereotypical, but don't get caught up in quantity. Look for more quality. Okay, so this is the
Return it to the
Memento
camera.
Mori.
So what is the concept of Memento Mori?
So Memento Mori is Latin.
Yes.
For you will die. Mm-hmm. So it kind of instills the thought in us that, we are going to die. Because we feel so immortal too, right? Like, it almost seems like death is this foreign concept that doesn't apply to us. So I believe the saddest life is the life that is wasted on filling yourself with things that don't really bring you genuine happiness and satisfaction. So I guess this is designed to, make you think of your morality and, think of...
Mortality.
Mortality. Oh, why did I say morality? Well, maybe it could make you be a more moral person too, realizing that, this could be your last day. This could be your last life and your last experience to live and, help other people and do what you were put on this planet to do.
So can you open up the Illustrator file? Or do you have the Illustrator file?
I actually made this in Photoshop.
Oh, you already made it in Photoshop.
So this is all,
Oh, tell us, you're turning it to the... Like, tell us what inspired you to make what?
So...
All the detail, because you hand drew all of this, right?
Yeah, so I used, a Wacom tablet.
Yeah.
Which is like, a drawing tablet and it has a pen. Mm-hmm. So you're essentially drawing by hand through a computer medium. So originally, you could probably see like a more sketchy version of this floating around on Eric's blog. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of taking a break from doing some haptic designs, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do some graphics for Eric's blog. So I came up with this Memento Mori. I just thought of some Ericisms.
Yep.
And this one really resonated to me because I feel like so much of my life was wasted doing stuff that I thought would make me happy or like give me some like fulfillment, but it was all really empty. So Memento Mori really resonated with me. Like, you can't waste your life anymore. You have to do something proactive and that actually makes you feel complete.
And can you show the cool shirt? Yeah, lift up the shirt.
Oh, Cindy, you're so sneaky.
Cindy, why don't you hold up the shirt?
You sneak this in here. Da 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 da. Cindy unravel.
Oh no, it's okay, Anna.
So this is a shirt in real life.
IRL in real life. Ooh.
Da, 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 da.
So how does it feel like to see your artwork made in real life?
It's really, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Keep showing it. Keep showing it. Yeah. It's okay. You could just say all the nice things about your design. So it's pretty awesome. Why?
Well, it's pretty awesome to see your artwork come into real life, because I guess for me a long time art was my like sacred work that couldn't be shared with people, because I felt like, you know, so many times I wasn't good enough, seeing like all these other great artists. It's like, oh, like no one wants to see my stuff, like who cares about it, there's so many other better things out there. So I held on to my artwork for a really long time, and seeing it come to life and kind of out in the open, you know, I think everyone has something to share with the world, so you shouldn't, it's almost like a sin to hold on to something that you created and not share it with people, because you really don't know who it's going to affect positively. And everyone's inspiration came from somewhere. So it's like your duty to have to share that inspiration back with people.
That's pretty deep. And yeah, so how can people pick up a Memento Mori artwork?
So go to Eric Kim Photography.
Yeah.
.com
/blog. I'll include a link. I'll include a link in the description below.
Click and go to the haptic. It's constantly changing, which is a little fun. It's like a Easter egg. Like, ooh, where can I find this time? Yeah. So all the profit will go to me.
Yeah, profit.
Which I will use to spoil my dog with, honestly.
Oh, your dog Jazz.
Link to her picture down below.
Oh yeah, we can put a link to your dog. Oh, this is another question. A lot of people, they love art, but they feel like, oh, you know, if I make money or put on a t-shirt, I'm selling out. What do you have to say about like making money on your art, or this concept of quote selling out?
Well, I thought of you know, the idea of selling out is very interesting to me, because it made me think that, you know, so probably people's idea of selling out is, you know, disregarding morals in the order to make profit. But it's like, whose morals are you judging that? Are you judging that morals on that individual you're saying is selling out? Or is it your moral, going against your morals? So I'd like to hear what people have to say about that, because I'm genuinely interested in how people think. For me, I would say selling out is going against their morals, because it's like essentially not being genuine and true to yourself. And that's my idea of selling out. But I definitely don't think, you know, making profit through your artwork is quote unquote selling out. Essentially, it would be nice if we lived in a society where money didn't dictate essentially survival. And it's very, I think if we're able to let our passions become how we support ourselves financially, is pretty amazing, because it almost is like, it's official, that's what your life is. Of course, if you aren't able to make a living full-time through your form of creativity, that's fine too. Because if it wasn't for Eric, I wouldn't be able to pursue my art full-time. I would have to, you know, juggle it through, you know, working and then doing it as my free time. So it's really nice to know that, you know, this is something that you are able to like spend your life with.
Man, thank you so much, Anna. I'm so proud of you. Mwah.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye. Do you guys want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No, Cindy. No, Cindy. Is that a camera on your head?